And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, I've been away for a week, really, as you can see, back in the studio now, and the last time I recorded in the sort of studio, things were not so bad in terms of how it's kind of got now. Of course, last week we did see Rangers lose to Aberdeen 3-1 at home. We see Michael Beale being sacked. We've now seen the managerial hunt begin. People not happy with the current favourite that's apparently expected to take over. And then Stephen Davis as the interim manager, of course, overseeing probably one of our worst European results in a long period of time, losing to Aris in Cyprus. Now, I've got a lot of stuff to touch upon, of course, as you can see from the title. We are an absolute mess and are in a disaster. We're going to be discussing the latest with regards to the managerial hunt, and we're also going to be discussing a bit about last night. But let's start with the game yesterday. Look, I said going into the Europa League group stage that this game, even how bad we're actually playing, I did fully expect us to go out there and win this game. Despite us not playing well, and well, we didn't. We were horrible. I was so glad that I was at a wedding and I couldn't actually watch the game, so I have seen the highlights, of course, but nobody, again, gets pass marks in that game. Mistakes all over the place, and the attacking impetus is just none. It's nothing there. There is literally nothing there. And Aris are a very, very poor side. Again, not to be disrespectful, fair play to them, they actually won the game, but Aris are terrible, and we should not be in this situation now where we've played 2 games in the Europa League. We beat Real Betis at home and now we've lost the second one. We are in a disaster. There's so much more. Everything is rotten at this football club, and Michael Beale has left us in a horrible, horrible situation because we've got a team full of duds. I spoke about this so much over this season already, that we have got a team full of nothings. The players are crap. Honestly, the signings that we've brought in, bar Jack Butland this summer, are horrendous. And again, once we do finally appoint our new manager, we're still not going to be able to get rid of the problem because we've got so many of these players on a long-term contract now that have been signed by Michael Beale. No one's overseen these signings, I don't think. I think everyone was kind of accepting that Michael Beale would build. We like to see the manager build his own team and bring players that he wants in, but that'll probably be the first and last time we see anything like that again. We do need a director of football. We need an actual recruitment strategy. Getting these players, journeymen, it's a real bad call. And Michael Beale, a novice in himself in terms of his actual managerial history, is nothing. Literally a few days at QPR, joined us, and then was trusted to ship out all our dead wood and bring in some new players as part of this rebuild. I'd rather have the team and the players that we had last year. I'd have a overweight, uninterested Alfredo Morelos, an uninterested Ryan Kent, and they would do so much more than this current crop of players. I've never seen an unlikable Rangers team in all my days, and as I said, there'll be a lot of older people in the sort of in the comment sections will remember the glory days, but I'm even talking just over the sort of the lower league days. At least there were some teams there that we actually liked, and I think we're in probably a real bad situation. I would even go as far to say we're at probably the same level as we were before Steven Gerrard came in. We have got a team full of duds, and when the new manager comes in, he's got a huge job in trying to get the best out of them, which I don't think is ever going to happen. A player like Cyril Dessers, he is mince. He is so bad at football. I don't know how he was managing to play in the Serie A. I don't know how we've ended up paying £4 million. And I don't know how we had to go and persuade him to come play for us. Utterly bonkers. So yeah, I don't envy the task at hand. But yeah, again, we lose to Aris, and that's probably not the worst thing that's going to happen this weekend. We'll end up losing to St Mirren away. There's not a chance I can see us winning that game. Genuinely, if we're putting in performances like that, as we did against Aberdeen, as we did against Aris, I don't see us finishing off this sort of set of fixtures with a win. I really don't see it. I can see St Mirren are an informed team at the moment. They're looking pretty good as well. And as I said, they'll be confident. They'll be right up for this ahead of this game at their own stadium. As I say, in form as well. And Rangers, as I said, lacking confidence massively so. And things do get worse because I touched upon it the other day here. By the way, I said about Frank Lampard Lampard about him being a potential managerial candidate. And I said to Rangers, don't go near him. I don't want Frank Lampard as the manager of Rangers Football Club. We're going to be in this exact same position this time next year. Genuinely, he's going to come in, maybe lift us a little bit. I can't see any manager lifting this group of players. They are crap. But yeah, you know, there might be something about him. He might bring in some of his players, and then we're just going to stink the place out, and then Frank Lampard will be sacked. I don't want us going anywhere near it. The one caveat to it, yes, he's massively so in terms of the favourite for the job at the current time of recording, but the situation is that I do feel a lot of the reports are off the mark, and I do think things aren't as sort of far along the line as people making out to in terms of the shortlist. I seen Clement, of course, went for an interview recently. Apparently Muscat was on the video interview. So as I said, hopefully things start to iron itself out, but I really don't hope. I really hope that we don't appoint Frank Lampard as the next Rangers manager. It just can't happen. I don't think the fans will be happy with that appointment. And again, this has nothing to do with the character. This is nothing to do with the player. I'm talking about just the manager of Frank Lampard. We can't have that. We don't want it. This season for me is already a bit of a write-off. I'm looking at the League Cup now, and I don't think we'll probably go on and win that. We just need a real sense of direction after we've just went through this big rebuild. It sounds crazy coming into October now and just saying that we need another rebuild on top of a rebuild. And the problem here now is that, yeah, we had a lot of players expiring their contracts. Now we've got players on long 5-year contracts that we won't be able to shift off the books, which is super frustrating. And then, you know, they're not performing here. So why the hell do we think they're going to be being able to perform anywhere else? We'll never be able to get transfer fees for them either. So, yeah, we've dropped huge amounts of bollocks. We're misguided. We are in a disaster. The terminology disaster, I don't like to try and spring around too much, but I would use that term, disaster. Rangers are in a disaster at the moment. 2 defeats on back-to-back. I do think we'll get a 3rd defeat as well against St Mirren this weekend. We're managerless, and the favourite to take over the hot seat is Frank Lampard. Crazy. The only good thing, I suppose, is we only got 1 game of this crap to watch, and we get 2 weeks off. Yes, I'll be enjoying that 2 weeks off without having to watch any games. I'm just lucky that I never watched the game yesterday because I was at a wedding. So a big shout out to my friend for inviting me to that wedding. And I'm just glad that I never had to watch that. Otherwise, I'd have been absolutely raging. But yeah, disaster it is. Frank Lampard is currently the bookies' favourite to take over the hot seat at Rangers. All is really good. We've got a great attacking impetus in our team. It's an absolute shit show. Genuinely, it's an absolute shit show, and I can't believe we're going through this. Genuinely, I can't believe it's October, and I feel like our season's pretty much done. Don't even think we'll get anything from the Europa. Don't even think we'll get into the Conference League. It's all just, I'm just all doom and gloom at the moment. I just can't see a manager getting the best out of that group of players. They're the most unlikable. They're the most, they're horrible players. And yeah. Michael Bill's to blame. But Rangers fans, do let me know your thoughts on the result yesterday. Do let me know your thoughts on the situation with regards to the managerial hunt. And do you think Frank Lampard is going to be the manager of Rangers? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Push.